Think about where you want Nigeria to be in the next few years. Think about your children, your business, and the peace of your community. For many months, we have heard whispers and guesses about when the next big decision for our country will happen. We have waited to know when we will stand in line again to choose the person who will lead us. Today, that wait is over. A very important door has been opened for every Nigerian, and the path to our future has been clearly marked out. On this Friday, February 13, 2026, the leadership of the Independent National Electoral Commission, which we all know as INEC, made a major announcement in Abuja. The chairman of the commission, Professor Joash Amupitan, stood before the nation to give us the dates we have been waiting for. He has officially fixed Saturday, February 20, 2027, as the day for the presidential and National Assembly elections. This is the day when the eyes of the whole world will be on Nigeria once again. Does it feel like 2027 is still very far away? You might look at your calendar and think we have plenty of time. But in the life of a great nation, a year and a half is like a single morning. The reason INEC is telling us this today is so that nobody is caught by surprise. They want every political party, every candidate, and most importantly, every citizen to start preparing their minds and their hearts for this journey. This announcement is not just about one day in February. It is a full plan for how we will choose all our leaders. Professor Amupitan explained that 2 weeks after we vote for the president, we will go back to the polls. On Saturday, March 6, 2027, the elections for governors and State House of Assembly members will take place. This step-by-step plan is meant to make sure the voting is orderly and that every vote is counted correctly. I want you to pause for a moment and think back to the last time you went to vote. Do you remember the feeling of holding your voter's card? Do you remember the hope you felt for your community? That feeling is why these dates matter so much. If you find this information helpful for you and your family, please take a moment to like this video and subscribe to the channel. It helps us continue to bring you these important updates so that every Nigerian stays informed. Now, while most of the country will be choosing new governors on March 6, it is important to know that not every state will be doing this. Because of how elections have happened in the past, 8 states will not be voting for governors on that day. These states are Anambra, Bayelsa, Edo, Ekiti, Imo, Kogi, Ondo, and Osun. If you live in one of these places, your governorship election happens at a different time, but you will still join the rest of Nigeria on February 20 to vote for the president and the National Assembly. Does it feel like INEC is acting so early? Why give us these dates now in February 2026? The chairman explained that the law says they must give a notice of at least 360 days before the election. By speaking today, they are following the rules and showing that they want to be transparent. They want to avoid the rush and the confusion that sometimes happens when things are done at the last minute. Think about the work that goes into an election. There are millions of papers to print and thousands of machines to test. There's a huge budget of 873 billion naira being proposed to make sure everything works perfectly. This money is for the technology that protects your vote and for the training of the people who will work at the polling units. It's a big task and it requires early planning. Before we talk about how you can get your voter's card, I have another question for you. Do you believe that early planning by INEC will make the 2027 election better than the ones we have seen before? It is something for us all to reflect on as we move forward. One of the most important things mentioned today is the plan for those who do not have their voters' cards yet. INEC knows that many young people have turned 18 recently. They also know that many people have moved to new houses or perhaps lost their permanent voters' cards or PVCs. Because of this, they have announced that continuous voter registration will begin in April 2026. This gives you almost a whole year to make sure your name is on the list. From April next year until January 2027, the doors will be open for you to register or to update your information. This is very important. Without that card, your voice cannot be heard on February 20. It is the only key that opens the door to the voting booth. We must also talk about the laws that govern our elections. Right now, there's a new set of rules called the Electoral Act Amendment Bill that the National Assembly is still working on. Some people were worried that INEC would wait for that law to be finished before setting a date, but the chairman said they cannot wait. They are moving ahead with the current laws so that the calendar does not move. This shows a level of seriousness that we should all pay attention to. If you are just joining us, we are discussing the new dates for the 2027 elections. If this conversation is helping you understand the future of our democracy, please remember to subscribe and share this video with your friends on WhatsApp. When we all know the facts, we can make better decisions for our families. As the months go by, we will see the political parties start their work. According to the new timetable, primaries, where they choose their candidates, will happen between July and September of this year, 2026. Then by November, the official campaigns will begin. This is when the streets will be filled with posters and the air will be filled with promises. But as older and wiser citizens, we know that elections are more than just posters and rallies. They are about the soul of our country. By giving us these dates today, INEC has given us time to look at our communities and ask ourselves, what kind of leadership do we truly need? We have time to watch the candidates, listen to their words, and see if their actions match their promises. Nigeria is a country with so much potential. We have the people, we have the talent, and we have the spirit. Democracy is the way we organize that spirit to build a better life for everyone. The announcement of February 20, 2027 is a reminder that the power to shape Nigeria is still in your hands. It is a reminder that our system, though it has challenges, is still moving forward. As we end this commentary, I want you to carry one thought with you. An election is not just a day, it is a process. It starts with the announcement of a date, it continues with you getting your voter's card, and it ends with the peace and progress of our nation. Let us use this time wisely. Let us be the citizens that Nigeria deserves, informed, patient, and ready to do our part. The journey to 2027 has officially begun today. Let us walk it with hope and with a deep love for our country.